Hello and welcome. We'll be looking at Concord today. Has anyone looked at the dictionary meaning of Concord? If you had, you would know. No. I'm not referring to the Concorde jet that had been banned from flying permanently. Concord simply means agreement. Merriam-Webster dictionary defines Concord to be a state of agreement. So here we are to look at the rules of agreement. To be specific, the rules of subject-verb agreement. The subject and the verb used in a sentence has to agree with each other. This is the agreement we are talking about here. To make it more simplified for you, when a subject is singular, the verb has to be singular and agree to the subject it refers to. In the same manner, when a subject is plural, the verb has to be plural and agree with the subject it refers to. Only when this rule of concord is fulfilled, one could say that a sentence is in agreement. It is important for a language learner to improve the way in which he or she does good in making the subject and verb agree with each other. The Concord has 5 golden rules to be followed. In the beginning, you might find it difficult, but of course, you will get used to it. When you get used to it, you don't have to ever come back and check the rules of Concord. Rule number 1. A singular subject like he, Tom, bike takes a singular verb like is, walks, rides, whereas a plural subject takes a plural verb. For example, take the sentence on the screen. The cat is under the bed, the cat are under the bed. Which of this is right? We know that the cat is the subject here. So, the bed is the object in the sentence. We are dealing with subject-verb agreement. So, the object in the sentence doesn't matter. Also, we know that the cat is a singular subject. If we add s to the word cat, then it becomes a plural subject, cats. Remember, in schools, we used to talk about first person, second person, and third person. These are formed on the basis of the person who makes the sentence. So when I make a sentence, I refer to myself as I. And I is first person because the sentence is made from my view. When I am communicating with the person or somebody who is directly involved in a conversation with me, they are second person. People who are referred to who are not present during the communication or conversation are third person. To simply explain this concept, look at the table. I, we are first person, you is second person, she, it, he, they are third person. If this is clear, then subject-verb agreement becomes much more easier. Good that you are putting your effort to understand the concept of first, second and third person. Take a look at this table. First person singular am, first person plural are, second person singular are, second person plural are, third person singular is, third person plural are. Now let us use that in a sentence. Singular examples. First person, I am an excellent football player. Singular example. Second person, you are a good boy. Singular example. Third person, he is a good player. Plural example. First person, we are excellent. Plural example. Second person, you all are good boys. Plural example, third person, they are good players. Now let us look at some examples. The man riding a bike. You have to substitute it with the right form of verb that agrees to the subject. Yes, you have found the subject right. The subject is the man. So the answer is the man is riding a bike. Now let us look at a second example. Birds dash in the air. We are supposed to use the verb fly in such a manner that it agrees with the subject. In this case, birds. So the answer is birds fly in the air. Now let us look at one more example. It seldom dash here in February, and it should be substituted with the verb that agrees with the subject it, and the verb that has to be substituted is rain. So the right answer is it seldom rains here in February. Rule number 2. The number of subject is not changed by the words that come between the subject and the verb. For example, look at the sentence. One of the eggs is broken. In the sentence, you might have a confusion in finding the subject. The word eggs would definitely confuse you into thinking that it is the subject. But take a look at the verb. Where is the verb in the sentence? Yes, you are definitely right. The verb is broken. So if you go in reverse to analyze the sentence, you would be smart enough to find that the subject of the sentence is one and not eggs, because the verb confirms the subject of the sentence, and that is the reason the subject one agrees with the verb is, and that is the right answer. Look at some more examples and find the answer. Your sister dash talk or talks too much. The answer is your sister talks too much. Example number 2. The woman with the roses dash look or looks like your mother. I'm sure you are guessing. The answer is the woman with the roses looks like your mother. Next example. The athletic players dash run or runs 5 miles per day. The right answer is the athletic players run 5 miles per day. Hope you get the concept. Rule number 3. Some subjects always take a singular verb even though the meaning may seem plural to you. Subjects that always take singular verb are each, neither, none, someone, nobody, anybody, either, one, everyone, anyone, somebody, and everybody. Look at the two examples. Someone in the game was hurt. It would be wrong to frame the sentence with were instead of was. Neither of the men is working. It might seem that using are instead of is makes the sentence sound right to you, but it is a common error all of us make. Don't worry, it gets better by practice. Rule number 4. The following words may be singular or plural depending upon their use in a sentence. And those words are some, any, all, most. Look at the first example. Most of the news dash good. Most of the news is good. Here, most corresponds to the word news, and news is a singular word. Hence, we use the singular verb is. Take a look at a similar example. Most of the flowers dash yellow. Most of the flowers were yellow. If you use the same pattern as the last sentence, the word most now corresponds to the word flowers, which is in the plural form. So we use the plural verb were. Now try one for yourself. All of the pizza dash gone. All of the pizza was gone. If you answered was, then you are right, because the word all corresponds to the word pizza, which is in singular form. So we use the singular verb was. Now try one more by yourself. All of the children dash late. All of the children were late. If you use the same pattern, you would have probably used the plural verb were, which is the right answer, because all corresponds to the word children and it is in plural form. Rule number 5. There are two parts in rule number 5. We will go through both of them in a bit. First part. Subject in a sentence that are joined by and are to be taken as plural subjects. So they should be followed by plural verb. Second part. Subjects in sentence that are joined by are or nor take a verb that agrees with the last subject. Look at the examples. Ram and Rahim are leaving. The subjects are combined by and, so we use plural verb are. Next example. Neither Ram nor Rahim is leaving. Maybe here we don't have a confusion in employing a singular verb is. But look at the example that might confuse you as soon as you see it, but the rules of Concord will clarify and clear your confusion. Neither Ram nor his friends are leaving. Go back with the video and look at the second part of rule number 5. Also, I have given rule number 5 in the screen right over here. When or nor are used, the verb form should depend on the last subject. Here, there are two subjects, Ram, his friends. Here, his friends is the last listed subject in the sentence. So, the rule says verb form should agree with the last subject. Friends is in plural form. So, are, which is the plural verb, is being used here instead of is. You can compare the previous example with this example to understand better. Like I told you, it's always better to practice so that you don't have to remember the rules and the concept will stay in your mind forever.